Alrighty, hello again out there. We are on part number 88. We're coming on up on part 100 and day 1000 as well here pretty soon. And we're going to be doing more mountain range work today, so let's just kind of get started with it. But last time we did more mountain range work, built a huge glass roof over the shulker farm, the iron farm, the other shulker farm, to prep for a lava cast on both of those. And we should be good to go. Now you can't really see it on the map, but you can see the snow that was on the glass when it ended up raining at one point. But that is pretty much about where our like border is for our glass and all that. And you can see the mountain range we've been working on so far, and the last one we were working on. We are just about ready to keep going here. So yeah, there is our glass roof that we worked on. There is the scaffolding for the next part of the mountain range we were working on. And uh yeah, we should be ready to go. So let's see, we got our scaffolding. I got some spare glass that I actually do not need, so away it goes. Yeah, it's all glass, which is good, but it needs to go. And today we'll probably get this and I talked about it last episode too, but to recap, today we're going to be focusing on this entire side. I'm hoping to get this whole side done all the way over to the shulker farm where we cover the whole thing in a lava cast. I'm hoping to get this whole thing done. And then next stream we start on the other side. But if we do have enough free time today, which we should, I'll probably do some other stuff too. I'm not too sure what, but it will probably be other stuff. So that's cool to hear. Cool to see at least. But yeah, we need to store some stuff away. And we're gonna need to resort some of this later. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. We've got a couple of lava buckets, but not really too many of them. Take those. Got that other one, and the other was 6. And our shulker box is, or not our shulker box, our ender chest is an absolute like dumpster fire. So we will be fixing that relatively soon. We're just gonna load up on lava first of all because I need more. We are out of space. And let's just go ahead and dump some of this into here. Alrighty, that should be plenty. We'll keep some empty buckets. And we're ready to go back up and get started after I go get some more fireworks out the shoulder. Let's see here. We want our fireworks, and we'll go ahead and just get this done for today. At least I'm hoping. We're also going to be emptying out the iron farm, and give me a moment here, but either way, thank you for the follow, Little Flying Dragon, really appreciate it. I'm just getting some work on the mountain range done, but yeah, either way, welcome to the stream. Where's my scaffolding? There it is. Alrighty. Let's get this done, hopefully. Because I am a little tired of doing this, but I think I can get most of this done today. That ought to be cool. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I'm just getting this mountain range done, and then I don't really have to do a whole lot until 1.19. And but other than that, I'm still doing pretty good. Although I have homework that I'm still neglecting that I need to go do later today, but it's not too important, luckily. A little important, but not like crazy important. Let's maybe bridge out there. There we go. And we come out to here. A little something like that. Now we're not quite over the We're not quite over the shulker farm yet, but we do have everything in place when that is time. So, I mean, at least you are now. I mean, it took me a while to actually like be pretty happy a lot more consistently, but I know once I moved out, for my mom and all that, that ended up helping out a lot. But hey, at least good for you. It'd be pretty hard to be happy sometimes, but good for you. Oh man, there's gonna be a lot of terraforming. All we're doing here is getting the base structure of all this stuff in place instead of just doing anything else. I'm a little tired right now, but I am a little distracted. All we're doing by doing these lava casts is just getting most of the height in place, and then we do the terraforming, and then we make the peaks, and then we're good to go pretty. I didn't build the spikes by hand, so these were kind of the first like prototypes of like mountains that I wanted to try and build. Where basically I'd start up at a peak and I'd go out like a little bit at a time to form these kind of like cool like graph shapes. But then that meant a couple of things. They take way too long. I would have had to fill in the corners by hand or with another lava cast, and then I would have had to keep doing it. And I'd start the terraform anyway, so I shifted over to this pattern where it also fills in the corners, but that one took too long for too large of a base. So then I kind of like just stopped halfway through on this one and then shifted over to the modern one that I use where I use like a 6 diamond on the top and a 3 diamond above that, and then it gives me like a pretty wide amount of lava to use to lava cast. So it's usually pretty good. So it took a good bit of trial and error, and this isn't what they're gonna look like the whole time, by the way. Like they're all gonna be put into place like this. Like this is, I guess, what they're gonna look like per se. But I will be like terraforming all of them like by hand, so they're like actual mountains and they're not just like tall pillars or nothing. So it won't look that ugly the whole time, but it does have to look ugly just for a little bit to make sure I actually get enough in place. So I don't know if I explained that too well, but we will eventually be building better stuff, but that takes time. Let's go ahead and get that removed. There we go. Pretty much how this scaffolding stuff works too is when I'm done building one of these diamonds, I build out a couple blocks. I think that was 6. It should line up. Nope, one more. But it should line up with this here, and then I get rid of that, and then I build my next diamond, and it's all interconnected. But oh no, that's fair. I just woke up not too long ago personally, so I'm out in the Eastern time zone in the United States. So it took a while, but you're good. Sleep is important, so don't forget to actually, sleep from time to time. I had a bad habit not too long ago where I ended up staying up for like 16 hours at a time, and I'd like take a nap in the middle of the day, and I'd stay up for like 16 hours like throughout the entire night, and then that was just to study for like some exams mostly, but I definitely did do it to play video games too. So, well, good thing I'm American, so hey, that always works out. But yeah, it's kind of weird for like me to think about that Americans, I guess. Well, it's kind of weird just in like anybody's native country to think that you have an accent, and then it's just kind of your normal way of speaking. But then you do hear somebody else from another country speaking. It's like, huh, well, they do have an accent compared to what I got. But yeah, that's fair. But things are getting kind of hairy in America. Well, they've been for a while, but I'm thinking about moving at some point. I don't know where, but where did I put that? I guess I put that off the edge there. That's only a little concerning. Give me a second here. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put that down. And I have to put the bed down too. I don't know, that's fair, like I said. Oh man, I am still very tired. I haven't really had anything to eat today, and it's already 12 in the afternoon, so I'm gonna have to go get some cereal after this. But Oh yeah, and you can see these things are high up enough and they're not lit up, so we do actually get a couple of mob spawns here or there. I'm planning on lighting up all the mountains too when they're all like fully terraformed. That just won't be for a while though. But we are currently on day 859, so I am definitely moving on up. I'm getting closer to day 1000. And it still takes a while. And I need to bail out of here real quick. Hang on. Like that. There we go. Oh no, I'm actually down in the southeastern US, down in Florida. Everybody knows Florida, even if you're not from here, because it's the funny Florida man state, and also it very aggressively sticks out on like any world map as well, because it's a peninsula, so you can spot it from like a mile away on a map. Well, more than a mile, I guess, at that point, but either way, it's fine being in Florida. It's okay, just a bunch of old people. Did we dodge it actually? That'd be great if we dodged it. I'm still planning on lava casting a mountain over that stuff, but it would be cool if I ended up dodging the shulker farm, so that way I don't have to do nothing with it. Ended up breaking that. Good. Shift that back in. There we go. Oh, from Florida? You might have been in a, well, even if you're in the US just to visit, you might have been more in a touristy spot where people do tend to be a lot nicer, but in Florida specifically, like, well, down in like southern Florida, and because I grew up in a more like rural part of Florida. Not really rural, but it was a lot more of a kind of like conservative part of Florida, so it felt more rural by default to some extent. But they're generally not too bad, but there is definitely like it's kind of like a shitty, like kind of depressing town for the most part in terms of it's just concrete everywhere and there's nothing really to do anywhere unless you have money, and it's like, well, you know. Ah, okay, you're still in Australia. That's fair. Oh, that's why you're tired then, because it's already like about midnight for you, if not 1 a.m. or so. I mean, seriously, but on the whole other side of the world. But yeah, I mean, it's fine enough being in the U.S. It's like it could be a lot worse, to be fair. Like it's still bad with all the stuff that's been happening recently with Texas and all that, but it always could be a fair bit worse. But at the same time, it definitely could be a fair bit better. 2:35 a.m. That's fair. You're a whole 14 hours ahead of me, dang. That's always fun. And I need more scaffolding before I get it. Let's go ahead and get this done, and we should be good to go. Oh, well, there was another very massive like school shooting at a Texas like elementary school, and like about I think 20 people died from it, and the shooter killed himself too, but yeah, not too good at all. And this is the second school shooting that I can personally remember, because I live in Florida and there is another one in 2018 in Parkland, Florida, where there was another like about 20 or so people who got killed. And this is the second school shooting that I personally remember where we had like an armed cop on campus and they just didn't do anything and just kind of let people die, and then the shooter just ended up kind of like not doing anything, then killed themselves, and then they pushed. But they keep pushing for like more like people with guns on these campuses and all these schools and all that, and this is the second time that it has ended up not doing anything at all, and it's just extremely frustrating to see because it's fucking goofy. Like I never like, cause I haven't been in high school in a couple of years, but when I was in high school, we had a cop there. They call them like school resource officers, but they are literally just like police officers, just there at a school. That's it. They just had them there, and they never really did anything because luckily we were never in a spot where they had to do anything like school shooting wise. But given that this is the second time where there's been like an SRO that hasn't done anything again, then it's like, well, you might as well not be there, because I always feel like sketchy around like cops. Like I don't even do nothing wrong. I just do not like being around them at all. Is there a guy with a gun? Oh, Texas is like it's fine. Like they're a little bit too crazy with guns over there. Like the whole like Second Amendment like thing in terms of just you can't take away my guns, and then they talk about how independent they are, and then their whole like electrical grid goes offline in like the summer and winter, like every time pretty much because it can't handle extreme temperature variation at all. And then they talk about how independent from the federal government they are, and then they still rely on like national power grid or whatever the fuck, and they just not doing too good, at least on that front specifically. But oh, really, the lack thereof. It actually might even be it might be a national thing here soon enough because they're starting to well, I wonder if that's still been confirmed yet or not, but um, supposedly like Roe versus Wade, which was the like hallmark case in the United States that pretty much guaranteed abortion rates for women, like on a federal level and all that kind of stuff. Well, odds are it's getting overturned on like again a federal level, so now states can actually like impose as many restrictions as they want since it wouldn't like interfere with a government policy or a federal policy, and that's not good. Spoiler alert. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of terraforming to do, but for the most part, we're actually nearly done with this. But it's just goofy. Like they're just getting like the only way things like that are gonna like change anywhere between gun violence and like actually making sure abortion rates are secure. They're gonna have to like genuinely like buckle down and make some like very big changes to the law like very quickly. But of course that would never happen. It's just labeled as like a radical like thing to do, and then it's like, well, nobody likes that word, so yeah, exactly. It is their body, and they should be able to do what they want. And if they want to ban abortion, then they need to at least like fucking like massively improve like childcare services to like it's like a huge degree. Because if you are absolutely gonna force women to give birth, then you're gonna make sure that their child's fucking actually properly taken care of. But they won't even do that either. It's only a problem if it's still like being born. But the moment it is born, it's just a you problem, and that's kind of fucking stupid. Spoiler alert, not very cool. It doesn't take, anybody like too special to know that that's probably not okay. And they need to put term limits on Congress because they still have the same people from 30 years ago still in Congress for just, no reason. And they're kind of holding things back a little bit because, well, they're old. Like, it don't even matter which side of the lane they're on at this point. They're just old, and half of them are so damn out of touch. Like, not very good to see. There are a couple of old people who are like a little bit more in touch, like Bernie Sanders, all that kind of stuff. But even then, like we still need a lot more like younger people like to actually represent because kind of important to actually have like accurate representation instead of just here's an old white guy again, and he's doing his old white guy things of doing nothing. I need to bail out of here quicker. Here we go. And this should be the last big part, and then I have to start turning over that side, so there we go, we got that. We'll finish this lava cast here, and then we'll go ahead and probably put in some of the others. Maybe we'll actually go dump water on some stuff, so here we go. Might notice I'm letting all that scaffolding go down, but that's because it's just like 6 bits of scaffolding per thing. It's so little lossage that it doesn't particularly matter. And then I'm able to reclaim this scaffolding that I'm using as well later on, so it's not too big of a loss or a waste of resources. Also, I have a string farm out in the distance over there, and then bamboo is like ridiculously easy to farm in mass, so I don't really have anything to worry about on that front either. I even know where a jungle biome is too, so I could just go out there if I really needed more. Which I don't, but point being, if I wanted it, I could get it. But I can afford to wait just a little bit. Yeah, scaffolding's a true like miracle block for this game. I mean, seriously, it helps out like crazy with getting just some basic stuff like this done. And actually, what my gunpowder farm uses for the spawning pads and all that too. That's also how it doubles as a string farm. but it's ridiculously simple compared to how it used to be. Last lava bucket, what do we got? We got lava, yep, that will do it. And we're kind of good here for right now. Go ahead and jump off and we'll go to sleep here real quick. Oh, I forgot to turn on the iron farm again. I had to turn it off for a little bit to check some stuff, but now it needs to go on there. And a couple of other things too. Do we still have our minecart? Yes, we do. Alright. You can tell by that blue line we still have our minecart in place for our fully automatic shulker farm. I'm also aware I'm near the iron golem death, but you know. Iron golem, schmiron golem, they can't do nothing. And we got a little bit of excess iron that I need to empty out at some point too, so I will have to get on that eventually. Need to use a ladder at some point. Here we go. And we'll just ender pearl over. Very easy enough to get a hold of it, don't we? Alrighty, now that we've gone ahead, so I think we're on 860 now? Yep, day 860. That's pretty cool. We're really moving on up there. And you can see the lava cast that we got forming here. So all we need to do is literally just put water on top of them. Like that's it. That's all you got to do for those. And then you take the water away and then you do it on the next one. And then once all of them have water in them, I can go ahead and remove the scaffolding that's in there and reclaim that. And I should have more cobblestone in a shulker box somewhere. I think it was in this one. Yeah, here we go. Should be plenty extra. I only use it for basic like block, and I need to empty out my ender chest again and get some stuff resorted. So after we get this today's lava casting done, we'll probably just do some reorganization and all that kind of stuff. And we need to check on a couple of other things. How's the honey farm doing? It's still making honey and honeycomb. That's always good to see. Oh, it is a red dye farm for me. I mean, believe it or not, I actually do use the poppies for red dye. I actually use like an entire shulker box of poppies for it. That was a while ago now. I'll have to head back there to show that off. And I am full up on honey bottles again. That's always good to see. I'll have to pick that glass back up here in a little bit. Let's dump that back. But yeah, I've got quite an excess amount of honey blocks and honey bottles, which is great because I kind of need them. Not that I need them per se, but it's very good to always have like just a ton of those on demand because, you know, I'm gonna need them for like any kind of like big farm that I want to do with honey blocks or any kind of like flying machine that I want to make that needs like honey blocks and slime blocks. I can actually use it now. That's cool. That's something I used to be able to do in the past because this took a while to build, but now I can. It's good to see. Here we go. We got those. We can go ahead and recycle these. And this farm isn't mine, obviously, but it was designed and mined to actually be able to recycle the honey bottles, which is why it's actually like cool, because you can recycle all of the honey bottles and just, you know, make more of them instead of having to like constantly pump it full of stuff, which is great, you know. Like I can always go make more if I need to, but for the most part, just having to do this for me helps out a lot more. Let's see, there we go. That is all of our honeycomb, and we can jumpstart the farm again here in a moment. I just need to do this one other thing. There we go. Yeah, we got 3 stacks and 18 honey blocks, so that's pretty good. Our lava cache should be done flowing by now, but I need to go check on some of the other farms here for a little bit, so we won't actually be running anything until then. I got our cactus farm, because I haven't actually had one until now, because I need a bunch of green... Well, I don't need green dye, but it's good to have just in case. And we're doing a quick check on our slime farm that I built a couple of streams ago. What have we got? We do in fact have slime. That's always good to see. Oh, I've even, nearly got 2 stacks of slime blocks worth. That's always nice. And we need to do some spawn proofing in these other chunks that I have sectioned off, because some of these other ones are still slime chunks, but that's the actual slime chunk I use for the farm. So it's kind of specific and important that I, get rid of those other ones. And all this has been without like chunk base or any other kind of like third-party stuff. Like I don't even know my world seed still. I know I can just do /seed to get it, obviously, but that's kind of been the point, is to do this completely blind again, like an older Minecraft Let's Play, in terms of just there's no big funny. Wow, that is fucked up to see. Hang on, I want to take a picture of this. Give me a second. Oh wait, that was F1 again. There we go. That's only a little cursed, but always cool to see a lava cast. But all we're focusing on here for right now is just getting the actual height in place. That's why these cobblestone spires are like this, like the way they are. We will be filling in these gaps as well. But I basically just want a solid wall of cobblestone, more or less. And then, and then I'll do the rest of the terraforming. But I just need a big cobblestone structure to actually be able to terraform. So that's why I've kind of done what I've done. Should be coming up on it here. There we go. And how this works is really simple. We use some of our scaffolding and cobblestone to just kind of go up a little bit, like so. And then all we do is we go over as far as we can, and then we place in our water, and then we go ahead and break back the rest of our scaffolding here. And then we can swim up the water and go take it back, and then we can take our lava back here in a moment. Although I don't need to, but I really do try and recycle all this lava as well. Then all we do later on is we break in through the top to break in the scaffolding, because I do reclaim the scaffolding as well, because it is important to do. So we can put that back, we carry some buckets, and we just go ahead and kind of do it again. That is not correct, whatever. Take that back, wait for that water, there we go. Take that, and we do it again. Usually that is enough time as well for this to flow. But there we go. We need to put away some of these excess lava buckets. That. And we'll put away those 3 torches too for now. It's just 3 of them, it shouldn't really matter. And we should be able to see pretty easily that our water's still flowing down. And it is, so we got nothing to worry about on that front. But as for these holes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna block them up at the top at the end for like these kind of inner holes, and then what I have to do is go to the bottom and like light it up like down there near the floor, and then just seal it off so the floor of it is lit up, and then pretty much nothing else, so they'll just be like hollow. Like, same with these as well. But hey, welcome Scaries, welcome back. How you doing? Getting some stuff done. Imagine Jacob, and couldn't be me. Totally not. But yep, we're getting some more lava casting done for today. Finally almost done. I got most of it done. There we go, that's 6. I do that. Give me a second here. And let's see, what do we got? I think I got 3 more left, so not too much. Oh, just English, but I'm trying to plan on learning Spanish at least, so. Yeah, I only speak English for right now, but I am trying to, or I'm at least planning on it, so of course that's never gonna happen, but I would like to actually learn how to speak Spanish because I'm in Florida, so it's kind of important to at least know a little bit. But, no, just English for now. How much do I? That's enough space. Take that. There we go. And just 2 more. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're not in the United States, you pretty much always are gonna know like a second language because it's pretty much taught to you by default. Oh, as in like if you're in Europe, pretty much, honestly. I'm in Asia, but either way, they don't really like they make you take like a second language course in high school or in college, but it's not ever usually like high enough quality to really retain it, and that's not really their fault. It's more just, wow, we have no budget for anything. That's never good. But yeah, you know, I would like to pick up a second language at some point at least. Let's see. That should be the last one for right now, and then we can go ahead and make the rest of them. And I need to put the bed down. We gotta go put away that spare lava, and then go stockpile the rest of the scaffolding as well. That's the last big thing I need to do, is stockpile the rest of that. And that's good. I have scaffolding in here that needs to be put away. And we should be good to go. Well, yeah, in a European country, because isn't English is considered to be kind of like the business language in terms of like, you know, English, you're not like obviously going to be able to go around the whole world like flawlessly, but a lot of businesses use English as like a standard language and all that, so like a common language, and you know, it helps out a lot. It always kind of curse, but having that as a first like language helps out. Like I can always go get like, you know, Spanish or whatever. Like I could always go learn that, but having English as my first language is, you know, useful. Okay, we're gonna maybe fly down a little bit more gracefully here. Oh, there's water down there, but I somehow don't trust myself right now to land that. But it won't matter too much, I guess. Also, yeah, good grades, but I gotta actually, I do want to pick up a second language, but I want to actually like do it right. I don't want to be going through like a, this public education here is just bad, so I'm gonna have to actually like hire somebody or use some kind of like service to actually learn Spanish, but it is something I do plan on doing at least. Not too bad, but it's bad money wise because I don't, you know, have a job yet on account of just barely being 18, and then I'm actually turning 19 next month, so I don't have too much time left on that front either. But either way, it still just is kind of rough. I'm still just getting through college right now. Well, yeah, but I mean, if somebody asked you to like just tutor them full time, like for pretty much no money, would you like tutor somebody full time? Like whenever they needed it? Like it's, you know, you can like have a conversation with somebody in that language, or, you know, maybe ask them to give you like a couple of pointers, but in terms of like learning the entire thing like front to back or like fluently, I wouldn't like go to a online friend fix. I do know a couple of them who speak Spanish and all that, but I wouldn't just straight up ask them to be like, hey, give me like lessons or Oh, I probably wouldn't even ask them if they wanted to do paid lessons, 'cause that's still like a lot of kind of stress, and they're not built for teaching. But oh yeah, I mean, like, if I wanted to just go for a like a language learning website for that, I could just go find that myself. Like, I'd probably have like conversations with them in like Spanish to like kind of help me get better at it. But in terms of actually like learning the language, for the most part, it should probably be done through like some kind of like actual like personalized tutoring, through like a website or just whatever it could be. But I'd only probably ask them at most if, we could just have like a chat in like Spanish only for like a day or whatever. See how that goes. Where is next one? There it is. I'm also trying to make sure we get the rest of these lit up as well. Yep, there we go. And also getting all the lava, or not lava, get all the water spots filled in. I do actually plan on using these when they're hollow as well, so it won't just be for decoration. Not really using them, but it is always nice to have at least. So yeah, exactly. Like it helps out a lot to have like somebody to speak to in that a different language if you want to learn it or if you want to practice it more. But in terms of just learning the basics, that's something I need to do a bit more like textbook. And then once I kind of got some of the basics down, I can start like practicing how to speak it. I got to know some meaning at least. There's just no like relatively quick way to like learn like a language like fairly fluently. Like I could pick up Spanish probably, but it's gonna take quite a bit of time and money. But I think I could do it. I'd have money for it, but not too expensive, I think. Also, what's the cool news, by the way? That should have had a takeoff, but there we go. Oh, nice! Congrats on getting a dog. We got a dog at home, but I haven't seen her in a little while. Not that I really miss her too much. She barked a little bit too much. There we go. But hey, congrats on the dog either way. Okay, yep. That one was on me. Oops. This is why we always carry a totem. Alrighty. We're gonna go pull out a couple of spare totems as well, because now I'm only down to 2 on my inventory. But that was not intentional. That was a little goofy. Oh yeah, I haven't actually shown off the skin yet, but oh, actually not here because it is a little. Actually, I got a totem. It's fine. But yeah, it is a laughing, crying sans emoji. If I hit F5 here, pretty cool. I just found because I used to play Bedrock Edition a lot, so I had a laughing, crying emoji that I had just for shits and giggles, and I just brought that over pretty much to like Java Edition. It's not an exact port because it is just a different skin from like and like a like skin website or whatever, but for the most part, it's pretty much the exact same one. But I just have it because I thought it was funny. So oh no, I'm good. I don't really like I probably wouldn't even like use a custom skin honestly, because I just like having this one to be honest. I do appreciate the offer though, but maybe one day. But I really don't think it'd ever happen. And I need my totems. Do I have an ender chest? Yes, I do. There's our spares. That's why we carry this whole box filled to the brim with them. Solely for things like that, where if I just need more, now I have more. And no questions asked, I got more totems, which is always good to see. I need to restock it a little bit. Oh, well, actually, I'm personally trying to get better at doing art myself, so I'm probably gonna like worry about that too. But again, I really do appreciate the offer though. But I gotta make one for Twitch, and then the one that I have for YouTube is just like it's just like my username in like Comic Sans, because why not? And then that's just more of a placeholder thing until I actually figure out how drawing works. But I'll figure that out eventually. I'm getting decent enough at it in terms of just 'cause I'm using like Krita, and it's just like a like a free to use Photoshop more or less, so it's been pretty solid. But I still have yet to actually like get good. I'm getting better, but it obviously takes time to learn that kind of stuff. Yeah, I actually have like 6 more I need to upload on there too, because I haven't been uploading all my VODs recently. They're still there like on Twitch, but I have to actually like archive them on YouTube. So I'm trying to archive pretty much all of them the best I can. Because why not? It's always good to be able to take a look back at this kind of stuff, and well, you never know. But I wasn't able to save the first 6. I didn't start doing it until about part 7, like 2 weeks into all this, and by that point I wasn't able to save them in time. So unfortunately the first couple are gone, but which is like the first 6, so it's not too big of a deal. Oh, there's a zombie here. Nothing really ever happens in the beginning anyway, so I don't really miss it. I've got 861 days right now, so I'm definitely actually moving on up there. It certainly has not been a walk in the park, but I kind of have a rule of thumb for hardcore worlds, like near the very start of it. I tend to not take it too seriously until I get some kind of XP farm, whether it be through a blaze spawner, that's usually what it is. But whether it be through a blaze spawner or a skeleton spawner, any kind of simple like spawner based farm, uh, I don't take the world seriously until I get one of those. Because if I die, I die. But the moment the moment I get one of those, or I know I can actually get a hold of one of those, that's when I take the world a good bit more seriously in terms of trying to go out of my way to not die. Because you got stable XP, you can get enchants a lot quicker with an enchantment table, and then it leads to a nice setup for infrastructure and just being safe. But I probably could survive for 5 years realistically. I'm certainly not claiming to be the next Philza or nothing by any means, but I simply just don't plan on dying. So as we all know, it's just that easy. As you saw, as you saw earlier too, I just planned on not dying by having a totem on me, so I didn't die. But yeah, in all seriousness, I don't realistically think I'm gonna like. At some point I will die in this hardcore world. That is almost certainly an inevitability. Because I'm gonna be playing on it for so long. There's just gonna be a point where some like extremely niche situation happens. And it's so fucking niche and specific. There's no way I could have like handled for it. But well, it's gonna take a while. The most in recent time, the thing that's probably gonna do me in is the warden, assuming I like try to like actually piss it off. But see, I'm just planning on not doing that, not active or not aggroing the warden at all. So that's kind of my main deal, because I have to go to an ancient city for the I want all the skulk blocks, and I also want swift sneak, and I want all the exclusive loot. And I also want one. Well, I will fight the warden when I'm actually content with this world. In terms of like if I die, I've built everything I've wanted to build, so it's not too big a deal. I have to use this. I want that creeper dead. There we go. Another one cloned. There we go. I do got a couple of more things I need to worry about here. I'll have to put the bed down too. And I need more cobblestone again. Yeah, I'll have to go get that. I'm fairly solid at PvP. Well, not really PvP, actually. Let me rephrase that. I have not really ever done PvP specifically, but PvE, like just against general like mobs and shit, it's never usually too big of a deal because I have good armor and I have like good weapons. But I guess we gotta drown now. That's cool. But PvP against another player, not too solid at it if I had to guess, because that would require being like good at the video game and like knowing how to aim. I can do neither of those things. I'm like notoriously bad in my friend group for playing like on in a different game. I'm notoriously like I'm good at the game, but I have notoriously play like one of the most RNG like heavy weapons. So while I might be good at it, I definitely do not have the luck to prove it. So Oh, PvE is not too hard at all. Like, you have good armor, you're not gonna have any issue. Like, even half decent armor, you wouldn't really have any. But I don't really have anything left that can like really kick my ass other than like the warden or anything like that. That and a piglin brute, but I've already crossed that bridge, so I don't actually have to go. I don't ever have to go fight one of them again if I don't want to. But it's just Splatoon 2 for that other game I was referring to. But it's just on the Nintendo Switch. I'm waiting for Splatoon 3 so I can actually get back into like really playing again, like a bit seriously. I've just been playing for shits and giggles for a while, but I do actually want to play seriously again, or as serious as you can get. But it's a fun game for solo ranked. Solo ranked in higher ranks is not fun. Is you're just gonna get you're just gonna get stomped if you're not too careful, and it's not exactly fun because of that. But getting better. I mean, everybody's waiting for Splatoon 3, you know. I mean, that's only coming over. That's just right around the corner, and I think everybody is honestly sick of the Splatoon 2 meta. To be perfectly honest, because I would be too, because I am. Because it's K-52 and armor and missiles everywhere, as far as the eye can see, and it's only a couple of weapons. And I actually don't even main anything like meta in there. Not even to be quirky. I just genuinely like the weapon I main so much that I'm like more content just playing that instead of playing like the literally superior version of it. I play like the 96 Gal Deco, which is, you know, two shot, very RNG heavy, but it's got a splash wall and splash down. And it's, you know, very good for long range and keeping people at bay. And it's also a very reliable two shot if the bullets actually would hit. But yeah, Terraria does get no updates anymore. I mean, didn't they say a while ago they were going to have their last update and then they updated the game again, anyways? But then again, that is what mods are for, to be fair. So, I mean, hey. Won't get another vanilla update for a while or ever again, but you do at least get a ton of active, you know, activity from the modding community. But for most Nintendo games, you don't really get a lot. I actually don't play Terraria, funny enough. I play Stardew Valley and I play Minecraft, but I just don't own Terraria for whatever reason right now, to be honest. So I've been thinking about picking it up, considering how much I enjoy the others, but that would require me to spend money, and I simply just do not wish to do that. If only I played Terraria to actually understand what you're talking about. That's just me being me, though. But either way, at some point I might pick it up, honestly. I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. Let's go ahead and throw all this away in there. Oh yeah, it's fair. I do actually tend to like a lot more, not open world ain't the right term, but just a lot more like exploration, like kind of games. Like, I mean, Breath of the Wild and Minecraft, that's pretty much what I'm into, so... Things you can do shit at your own pace and be as like much of an idiot as you want to with like no big repercussion. I still enjoy like story like you know based games like RPGs and all that, but the games where you can just do whatever you want and there's not really too much of repercussion, then why that's always fun. Although the repercussion this time for me is I'm in a hardcore world, so if I die, it's it. So that's never cool. But we seem to have reclaimed all of our scaffolding that was needed, so that's good. This should be the tunnel system that I already have. That's good to see. Yep, we're all good. Alrighty. Alright, I've heard a lot about Amori, like here and there, but I've never actually like played it, and I don't really have an interest in either watching a Let's Play or actually like, you know, playing it, so... Although I do want to play Persona 5 at some point. Oh yeah, Persona 5 like Strikers on like the Switch or whatever, but at that point I might as well just like go just play actual Persona 5. It can't be too intense. I had to deal with a lot, so. Did we get most of it? I think we're good here. I can go to get rid of the outlining that I did, but I think we got most of it. Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, I got my crescent moon that I wanted for that. It's just like self-harm and anxiety and depression. I've seen worse on that personally, so it never bothered me too much, like in video games or media. But I know it does for other people. To be fair, but it never really tended to bother me too much. So, from that point, we need to make a pretty rough turn And then eventually I'll have to smooth the rest of it out with terraforming. But we'll have to make a pretty rough turn, go over that glass, and then we'll have to end up over there. Imagine. I don't actually remember a game that actually made me cry, I don't think. Like, oh, there definitely been like TV shows and movies for sure, but not an actual like proper video game, I don't think. There's nothing that really like has particularly stuck with me on that front. Trying to think of an example now though, but I genuinely cannot seem to think of one. That's fair. Heard a lot about A Hat in Time, but again, haven't really seen nothing of it personally because I just have kind of chose not to, I guess. But that's alright. Go ahead and get rid of our stone scaffolding here. But yeah, we're actually we're almost done here for today with the main structures and all that. I don't think I have a lot left to do. And I really don't remember the last game to really make me cry or nothing. Went a little bit too long. Because usually nothing we're kind of cliched where, oh, there's a death, but oh, just kidding, they actually didn't die, and then obviously that has no real weight to it, but otherwise I don't really have anything. No, that's a fair reason, but gotta start playing different games more often. I only own like I own a fair bit of games, but I only tend to play like a couple of them like everybody else because, you know, you have like an entire library, but you only play like 3 of them like religiously, and you know, be playing Minecraft for the 80 billionth time. I think we got most of what we needed done. Um, so now we're in kind of an awkward spot because this is kind of what I wanted. Hang on, I need to actually go to the map to kind of talk about this better, but there is a specific thing I'm kind of aiming for with this for a reason. We wanted there to be kind of a semicircle of the extremely tall, like 200 block tall mountains in the back here, right? And then once we hit the halfway point, which is for this one is actually where we've already marked it here, and then we've already marked it on the other side for that one over there. We've hit our halfway points. Now what should happen is instead of being at like Y210, 220 or whatever, these should start going down pretty aggressively in height in their peaks. Well, not aggressively, but by the time they reach their appropriate endpoints, they should only be at about Y. Ooh, I don't know, 110 to 150, something like that. I have yet to actually see what would look good. But um they need to actually go down probably about 50 to 100 blocks in height to match up with these endpoints I'm going to be building. And then once those are built, because they're also going to be curved actually like meat over there, that means I'm going to be going over this glass section too with the actual mountain part. And I do plan on the reason this glass is here, so I actually plan on completely covering these up in a lava cast anyways. So, you know, and then we'll be terraforming around this stuff too as well to make sure it looks decent. But I need to actually get an endpoint in place to figure out what I want to do. But I've got a lot of different stuff that is going to be working on, and I have to kind of like play test the heights and all that. I mean, you can request music, but the only reason I have this kind of music on is because I know for a fact it's like DMCA free and all that, so I don't, you know, I don't risk losing anything with my channel or nothing silly like that. But I mean, hey, go for it, I guess. Also, I can always turn on Minecraft music again too. I just don't ever have it on personally. That did not get rid of all of it, so we need to block it a little bit. There we go. That should be the main bulk of our stone scaffolding. Yep. Alrighty. Oh, I need to mark out the endpoints, which say about here would be one of them. Pandora Palace. I feel like I've heard that exact title before, but I really doubt it. Oh, if it's from fucking Delta, and of course I've heard it before, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't play it on. I don't like. I need to look into it more because I honestly would probably play like a lot more different music if I actually knew like DMCA like and copyright rules and all that shit. But shit, you could have just said it was from Deltarune. And I probably would have almost instantly knew. To be fair, is like right when Chapter 2 dropped, I ended up playing it like everybody else did, obviously. So, but you know, Chapter 2's OST, hell, all of the music Toby Fox makes is usually pretty damn good. But I think he's like one of the like few like genuinely like kind creators that are like you can just use the music as long as it's not for like anything like weird or some shit like that. I have to look into it a little bit more, but in the near future I probably will be using different music. Probably by the time like I think by the time part 100 rolls around, I'm gonna try working on like a total like revamp of everything that I'm doing on Twitch in terms of like, wow, I actually have like graphic design and also like better music choice instead of using Twitch soundtrack 24/7. But things will probably change eventually. I don't know. They might, but I do at least plan on it changing at some point. We need to do one other important thing for right now, and all we're doing is we're heading over to the endpoint that I was talking about that need to happen, and I should have brought those maps with me. Damn it, I need to go bring those with me. Ah, yeah, see, so if the music is finally used and you just can't use it for money, then yeah, that should be okay. I'm just more worried about there being like a DMCA strike on my channel or something like that, but I don't ever really plan on monetizing any of this, and then when I do, it'll be like well in advance. So I won't make money off of these streams until I become like a Twitch partner or affiliate or whatever. But that's like so far in the future, it might not even ever happen, so it's not really a concern. But yeah, I will probably start using different music then in that case if it's, you know, ends up being like DMCA free. That's good. That is good to know. And we're gonna go ahead and fly out, and I need to go ahead and mark what I want to do. I think the last mountain that I want to build should be centered probably about here or so. And we need to figure out the Y level. So we are at Y63. This will bring it up to 128 or so. If I use this stack here. And we know our peaks are at about 200 to 220. So I think 140 should be good. That should be 120, and we only need to use like another like 10 or so. That was 14, but close enough. We'll be custom making all the peaks on these mountains, by the way, just to note. Come on, man. Hey, that works, whatever. I guess I got a little bit of a head start, but I hate landing on scaffolding. It's like probably one of the roughest things to do. What block are we at? We should be at the top here in a moment. Perfect. We're at 141. Alrighty, we're at 140 now. So the whole point of doing this is so we know how much shorter in increments our mountain should be going to meet up to here like smoothly. And then the way this needs to be done, because I have a very specific look that I'm trying to go for. And we'll be figuring it out, but I'm going to be expanding this river straight through this swamp way later on down the line. But kind of, if you're in a boat looking through this swamp, you should be able to see the like my main mountain here. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't even be able to see it. How about from a distance? I'd have to really knock down some height on that stuff if we wanted to be able to actually see this thing peeking over. But if we're up a little bit higher from farther away, would just barely be able to see it. What about if I looked at it from over here, maybe? On top of one of these trees? It'd still be concealed here. Well, either way, I do know one thing for sure. I do need to actually cut this down quite a chunk. So we're actually going to do that. We'll say Y120 for now, so a whole extra 20 blocks less of height. Because remember, the shorter I make this, the steeper that like the steeper it's gonna have to be to actually make sure I match up with this thing. And we'll be using lava casting, get most of the bulk of it done in terms of like our cobblestone base again. But we will be terraforming the whole thing by hand. So this isn't just going to be like a, oh no, I'm kind of good here. No, we're going to be terraforming the whole thing by hand. We'll use moss near the bottom, and then when we get to the top, we'll use like snow and all that. But for the most part, this whole thing should be done by hand, as far as I'm aware. That's what I'm planning on. Even at 120, I feel like this is too tall. We're gonna go down to 100 flat. Should be a little bit more reasonable. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I feel like 100 flat is the way to go here in terms of just raw height. I land here. Yeah, that is a lot better. You can see our scaffolding, and you can see how we would still have the peaks of our mountain still being able to show. So, alright, why 100 scaffolding it is. It seems to be the way to go here. It's still pretty tall. It's a nice even number, and it still actually shows off a good chunk of my island from the riverbed here without actually having to really compromise on height as much either. So we should be fine. We'll just go ahead and go to the other side here that I want to mark out. It should be about here within this little like cluster of shit. I'd say probably about like right here. Alright, about 40 blocks EU, so that should be pretty much everything actually. Nope, okay, a little bit too hard. I held shift there, by the way, that's why that ended up happening. Oh man, seriously, I am cutting it close with the fucking deaths today. I already died once with a totem, but that would have just been another one, and 2 in one stream would have been a little bit too much. I've been cutting it too close lately because I've been getting 2 lags, and I need to not do that. Okay, come on. Here we go, 100. Alright, why 100 now? We're even in height with this one. Or it should be at least. Oh. Well, like a height from this one wouldn't even kill me or do nothing, so. But I need to put these diamonds in place first, and then I'll probably just do it real quick. But I don't want to keep popping totems all the time, you know, if it just even if it's for stupid shit, that wouldn't kill me. I don't like popping a bunch of totems. I am legitimately trying to avoid using like any of them for as long as possible. Like they only should be a last ditch resort in like ever. And also when we get this diamond done, I will actually jump off and I'll put my chest plate on and all that. But a fall from like the height of those onto like solid ground, like down here at like ocean level, I'm pretty sure would kill me. But if I was in range of my beacon, I don't think it would. But then again, I have tested something similar and it has, so I'm not 100% certain on that. But I'm not really one to fuck around and find out, to be perfectly honest. Some things are best left forgotten. Better to just let sleeping things lie, that kind of shit. But we should be good to do that. I'm out of scaffolding. Where is my box? There it is. Take some here. There we go. We have our diamond in place. And we should have some cobble. Alright, so I won't be doing any of the lava casting for this part right now, but it's more to see it on the map, just so I know for a fact if this is like a good proof of concept in terms of height, or if this is something I should try again, you know. improvise. I'm trying to actually be good at the video game and plan things out. That's hard and requires thought and effort. And that requires, you know, planning too. And another thing too, we'll have to try and blend some of the mountain range into like this actual natural terrain as well. I won't have to do it too much. It's mainly just over here, just a smidge, and over here, just a smidge, but it is something that I do need to keep in mind a little later. I just don't need to for right now, which is always nice. We'll go ahead and put that in. Keep doing that. And last but not least, our bed here, and then we'll go ahead and check the maps to see what we're working with. I think overall I think they're at a good like distance and like X and Y level and all that kind of stuff, so we shouldn't have anything to really worry. Yeah, here we go. See them on the map there, that's what our endpoints are going to be. That's what we're working with. So we want to make this actually have like the corners, and same with that one. And then we need to kind of connect these parts up as well, and then we can start doing the rest of our kind of crescent shape, where we go from that endpoint, we do what we were doing earlier and connect it up to this endpoint, connect that endpoint, connecting it up to this one, and then we also go over our glass over here is needed to actually like get it done. So we do have an actual like definitive end in sight. And the last thing we're gonna do too is when we're all done with this, we're gonna be building like kind of a custom like stone arch. What the is that a raid? I just don't know what that sound is. That is a raid. Welcome, Jake. Say, welcome people coming from Jake. What's up? How you doing? I keep forgetting what that sound means, so every time I hear it, I'm like, what the fuck is that? But no, it's not Minecraft. That is quite the raid, but I'm just plotting for the amount here. But either way, thank you, Nitik Plays. I really appreciate the follow. I know you just came from Jake, but either way, welcome, welcome. I'm plotting out the rest of my mountain shit, so we're doing on this stuff. But yeah, I'm getting a mountain range built. It's just very bare bones for now, but it will get done eventually. I just need a bunch of cobble in place, but I guess let's see what we're working with here. What do we got? Got that, and this one that I forgot to update. That's fine though, if it didn't matter. I am still gonna be building over these structures as well because I do have the glass in place, so I need to take that with a grain of salt too to some extent. But hang on, I think going about there. Yeah, that could work. Okay, now that can still work. Be a little sketchy, but oh well, it's just tall for now. All these are just lava casts that I've been working on because I'm planning on building a whole like mountain range behind this thing. So all we're doing for now is just getting a bunch of cobblestone in place, and then we'll be doing a bunch of terraforming and all that by hand. But for now, it's just an ominously tall amount of cobblestone, and then we will be making an actual like mountainside. But I guess quick world tour while everybody's here. Got a fully automatic shulker farm, which I need to actually make sure we still have a minecart. We do. We got our iron farm. We got a manual shulker farm, and these things looked ugly in the ocean, so I just decided I was gonna build some mountains over them for shits and giggles, pretty much. It was a bad decision. Don't ever do that for shits and giggles. We got a little bit of excess iron in case I ever need iron for building. You know how that goes. And actually, we're starting to get to the fourth double chest, so hey, that's good to see at least. And I need to go check on the shulker shell farm as well. Let's go ahead and fly over here for a little bit. We got enough backup shulkers in place still, I think. We got 2 stacks. That's pretty good. And 2 stacks over the past probably 2 hours I've been streaming, but yeah, just a little bit of iron. If you think that iron was I finally had a little bit of iron, I've only got a tiny amount of shulker shells, which should be terrifying because, you know, I definitely do not have a little bit of shulker shells. But I've got pretty much every farm imaginable because I've been playing in this for a little while. But yeah, we got a couple of spare shulker shells for shulker boxes in case I ever need them. So. Oh, actually, that is a genuinely valid point. I should be using the poppies for bone meal because I do actually have a couple of farms that do need a fair bit of bone meal. Cactus farm, not really one of them, but it is still a cactus farm. That's cool to see. We got some cactus. I got a honey bottle and a honeycomb farm here too. That's pretty good. I'm not popping another totem. I already popped one today by accident. I'm not doing another one. You get one per stream at most, and that's it. I promise. If there's ever two per stream, something's gone really fucking wrong. So, and if you almost certainly are gonna see one if I end up fighting the warden, like fist fighting it. So, but I plan on not fist fighting it. Yeah, I still don't even have a whole double chest of shulker shells yet. I really am slacking on that. I'll get on that as soon as I make a bigger farm. I'm still considering making a bigger farm, but that would require making a bigger farm, and I have other things I need to be doing right now because I'm kind of in a bit of a rush because I have kind of the ambitious goal to you know, that whole mountain range that I'm working on. I have until pretty much the end of the week to get this done because I'm going to go visit my mom at the end of the week. So I'm planning on finishing an entire mountain range from start to finish within about a week, including the terraforming. And you know, that might take me a little bit of time. So, oh well, I was doing some lava cache shit, and then I ended up like popping my elytra, and I didn't slow down enough, and then I crashed into the floor and popped the totem. But I still do luckily have I have a couple of extras on me, and I have a couple more extras in my totem box. So luckily, nothing can still really kill me permanently. That's good for now. Still it can later. Which again, when 1.19 comes out, I won't be here that day on June 7th, but I will be here fully again on June 9th, which is when I'm planning on like doing all like the new features on June 9th or the 8th or so. I come back on the 8th, but I'm probably going to be tired because I have a 5.5 hour bus ride each way. But I've got everything in place for I've got all the resources for a Froglight farm. I literally got a magma cube spawner in that bastion, and then because we have nether roof access, I also actually have you know, I can actually go make nether portals to go load out new chunks like straight away too. Yeah, it comes out June 7th, so well, the bus is cheap and my mom is like paying for it too because she actually wants to like see me a lot, so that's why I'm on that bus a lot more. But we got a nice bit of slime balls on, ironically. 2 stacks of slime blocks, but that's always great to see in case I ever want to make like a now I can actually make like an actual tree farm, not a TNT duping one, just like an actual like old school like honey block like slime ball or in slime block tree farm. I can make one of those now if I want to actually finally have resources in place. The only big farms I have left to make is like a gold farm and a bartering farm, but I've got pretty much everything else I could ever want, honestly. So all it's been is just kind of preparing for 1.19 because I want Swift Sneak. I'm gonna literally drop everything when it happens and go get Swift Sneak because I need Swift Sneak. I'm tired of not having it. I haven't touched the spear in almost 2 months, you know. That thing could have probably been done by now had I actually just kept with it, but it got so slow and boring, I just was like, no, we're done. So I'm actually gonna pop over there to go check on it. Oh, I finally have cobblestone. Yes. Oh my god, finally I can fill that in. Thank God, dude. Seriously. I've been wanting to do that for a while, but that would have meant I would have had to go back to my house to go get cobblestone. Like, that's goofy. Who wants to do that, you know? And I need to put a staircase here as well at some point. But yeah, we've got some of our mountains in place. We have a couple of gaps that I plan on like using lava cast to get rid of, but for the most part, it's pretty cool just to see this amount of cobblestone. But it will be like fully decorated with moss and like actual variation, so it's not gonna look like cobblestone like all the time forever. That would be dumb. But we're taking a quick little trip out to the Sphere, which is my Giga project I've had on the back burner until Swift Sneak comes out. This is the real thing I was working on. Look at it go. It's 50 blocks tall so far out of 256. And it took 2 weeks just to do this, you know. And then it took 2 weeks before that to gather all the materials, so I'm working on some very big projects, but I've had to put these on a back burner because, well, I have the materials. I actually gathered everything I needed beforehand, but I don't have Swift Sneak, and it's getting too big now to where I can only build 3 layers per hour, and it's starting to devolve into like 2.5 per hour. And I want Swift Sneak for it, so then I can actually put in or not haste 2. I can put in speed 2 beacons like everywhere, and you know I need Swift Sneak for all that kind of stuff. Swift Sneak is a new legging enchantment. It was gonna be a boot enchantment, but now it's a legging enchantment, which is gonna be goated. But basically, it lets you just like sneak faster. So like when you hold down Shift and all that to sneak, you now go like 75% of the walking speed with Swift Sneak 3, which is huge for doing like basic scaffolding and like bridging and all that. Like that is fucking massive. Also, hey Game Pro, how you doing? We currently have a raid right now, which is only a little blurs because now we have 7 people, which is a little cursed, but I'm just doing a quick roll. Oh yeah, wheat field. I forgot I built this, to be honest. So, the sky is up for now, but eventually I'll probably get rid of that too. Who fucking knows? I'm planning on having this world for long enough to where I could just do whatever. But yeah, we got the good old wheat field here. I'm actually prepped for 1.19, so I can get mud if I need to. And I actually went out and got some powdered snow the other day for the Froglight farm, so that's cool. I would go over to the Bastion, but all it is just I have a secure like magma cube spawner, and like that's it. So it's nothing to really see. It's also 3,000 blocks in the Nether, so I would mean I'd have to actually go through the Nether to go to it. Not through the Nether. I have the bedrock ceiling and all that. We're gonna head over to the Wither Skeleton farm real quick. I want some bones and coal again, cause I need to start hoarding that stuff again. I'm taking a breather for now because I've been working on the mountain range for like an hour straight, and to be quite honest, I'm tired of it. I got a lot of it done for today, and I actually got my goal accomplished for once. I actually had a fixed goal, and I did it. And it's the first time I've done that in a little bit, so that's good to see. But we're pretty much just doing some last minute prepping for 1.19, so when it comes out and I come back from my trip, I can just go straight into it with, you know, no hesitation. In fact, I'm even planning on finishing my whole like semester by that time, so that way I can just do it for like 2 weeks or whatever. I actually want to use the new blocks, I want to use the frog lights, and I want to actually like, you know, do some cool shit with it, so that'd be cool. Anyways, we got a couple of wither skeletons here that need to die. Here we go, got the elytra fixed. We got no wither skulls unfortunately, but can't do nothing about that, I guess. Did get a nice chunk of bones though. Actually no, we have 3, but that was from before, that doesn't count. We got those blaze rods though, funny enough. We got another skull already. Yeah, this took a while to do. I'm actually at some point I'm gonna remake all my farms to be like hyper efficient and all that. So these ones are good for now, but later on they will be much better. Like I'm talking like making a whole like perimeter for it better, like that kind of big. So that'll be cool. We're gonna just go take a little trip around the Nether for right now, for no reason. I think I pretty much touched every bastion I could in like a 50 billion block radius, but then we'll go look around some more. Okay, no. The hell out of here. Oh, actually, we are missing a couple of things, and I need to reorganize some stuff, so give me a second here. I should have. Alright, I still have my book on me. And we're gonna put away some scaffolding and stuff for right now. And just some miscellaneous shit. And I also want more fireworks. There we go. And we should be all good to go again. We'll put the lava away. Put the scaffolding away. Where is my other box? There it is. And we'll just go take a look around the nether for right now. Because why not, you know? We'll take a little breather and go do some fun stuff. I'm lucky I'll find another bastion, but I really doubt it because I'm pretty confident I hit like everything I could. Might actually go pick some fungus and all that. I think we'll do that for a little bit. You bone meal these to get nether wood, I'm pretty sure, and I need to I guess I'll bring some nylium with me, or because at some point I do plan on I want to make an actual like nether wood farm in my base that's like bone meal powered and all that kind of stuff. But that takes time. Also means I gotta have a couple of things, so. But either way, there we go. We got enough for now. I got a little bit of fungus. The fungus among us, you know how it is. Oh, I want to go in city raiding again too, by the way, because I want because I only own 2 elytras and I want more. I don't need more, but I would like to have more just because I think it'd be cool. And I kind of had to go back to the end for that, so we might do that today too. Who knows? Okay, so I seem to have forgotten my elytra by accident again. Oh well. Give me a minute here. We are rising up. I have my instant health potion just in case. Give me a second here. We're near a ledge here. We got plenty of time. We're good. There we go. Alright. We'll wait for the fire to stop trying to burn me to death, and then we'll go ahead and pop the elytra back on. I seem to have forgotten that I wasn't wearing that, which is my bad. But anyways, no harm, no foul. There we go. Alrighty. Now we'll go pop on the elytra. And probably not miss input and die directly in this lava here. But no, we didn't. But, yeah, I guess we're looking for whatever the fuck now. I don't know. Looking for like a bastion or something. I don't really know. I'm kind of just looking around the nether because it's still pretty. I've hit every nether biome before, and I know where enough of them are if I ever need something, but for the most part, we're just kind of taking a nice stroll. Although I will steal all these bone blocks gladly. Also, fuck that, guys. There we go. We're gonna do a little bit of stealing and take some of these bone blocks. I still want bone meal. I don't want to have to use the moss farm to make it. Which actually I do need to run the moss farm today too, so that's always fun, but... And I needed soul speed. I got soul speed 1 from like 1 bastion, but I couldn't ever actually get a hold of more from a bastion, so I'll have to trade with some big ones for it. Which I'm planning on doing that when I get the bartering farm made with the gold farm on top of it. Interesting. Cool. Full gas. Interesting. We'll pop into here. Oh, give me a second. Got a skeleton up there I should shoot. Dude. There we go. I haven't even gotten a trident yet. I've seen maybe a couple of them with tridents when I was looking for nautilus shells, but I still haven't even found one. So hey, lucky you, man. I've seen a couple of them throw them at me, but seriously, they're just a pain in the ass to get a hold of, you know? Well, you're very lucky with that, because even with looting 3, I still can't get a hold of them. I don't even see enough Drand at this day and age to actually try it, but... I might take a day to actually go out and, like, try and, like, just find a trident. So I want 3 of them. I want one with Riptide 3 and all the other trident enchants. I want one with Loyalty 3 and all the other trident enchants. And then I want one with Loyalty 3 and, like, channeling. and all the other trident enchants, so that way I can just make lightning when it's a thunderstorm. It's not too bad if there is a lightning rod nowadays, but I still want it regardless, so I'm going to be getting shot at. It's 8.5% without looting, and then I think it's like, what, 11.5 with looting 3? It's like an extra percent per level looting. Yeah, I gotta go kill more then, because I don't think I've even seen enough to even like really like seriously attempt it. I had to go look for a lot of them to make a conduit for the How Did We Get Here achievement a couple of days ago, but or I guess it's been more than a week. Luckily I had already bought most of my Nautilus shells from a wandering trader, so I didn't have too much to worry about on that front. Let's just keep stealing bone blocks, because yeah, I wanna. This one looks like an Among Us. That's always cool to see. And the bones are sus and 3-dimensional art. Ding 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 ding. What a ding. Bong bong. I believe they made Among Us real. Actually, seriously. Alright, a couple of things. We're going to test something out really quickly just to make sure. I've seen this one before. Alright, no, we're actually safe to mine this. Okay. I've seen this one before where these are actually just floating because of how Nether generation is, and then, you know, I end up breaking that bone block and then I kill myself by accident. So we're not going to do that. But we're going to test it out next time, but no, we did, and we're good. Got nearly 2 stacks of bone blocks here, which is good, because, you know, I want them. If I want bones and more bone blocks in the future, I've got the Wither Skeleton farm I can use. I'd have to use it a lot, but I would still be able to farm it pretty easily compared to actually having to do it by hand, so that's good. Yeah, this shit is rough. I'm not getting a hold of anything good at all here. We're getting bone blocks and, like, that's it. Like, you know, I can do better. Oh, we got another fortress, so now I actually cannot do better. Did I loop back on myself? No, not yet. Still quite a good distance from the actual Nether fortress, so that is a new one. But I keep finding Nether fortresses instead of bastions, and it's not very epic at all. I just want more, you know? I want to go to more bastions, but I actually means I have to go out and find more bastions. I'm still not using chunk base, so I'm kind of just out looking around for all time. I know there's a magma cube up there. Yeah, I'll take the extra food, why not? We always can borrow that. Nothing too good here. We got some obsidian though, and actually a crying obsidian that I'd like to go take. No, I'd always take that. I don't know how much of a pain in the ass it is to get without it. There we go. And do we have a gold block that's visible? Not really, and I'm not too interested in digging for it because I already have a stack of gold blocks, so what does it truly matter? But anyways, we're out of here for now. We'll go ahead and just keep flying out. But yep, the good old Basalt Delta, the probably least interesting biome of the game. Still cool that there are nether biomes compared to how it used to be, but man, it still is kind of a shitty one. It's just gray and lava everywhere. Another fortress, stop with these. There's nothing in here that's worth taking. It's just another fortress, come on, man. Nothing in there that's worth stealing. And another thing too, I am considering moving over to Optifine when 1.19 releases for it. Because to be quite honest, I am definitely, like, now we're doing great FPS wise. Like, we're getting, like, you know, we're getting like shittier ones for now as soon as I say that, but in my base we're consistently getting like 30 to 20 because of the farms that are constantly like running and like visible. So we're gonna try fixing that in the near future by, you know, having them concealed in those mountains. So they'll still be running, but because it doesn't actually have to like show me that they're running like actively, then it, you know, it should help out a lot. Or at least that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm banking on. It might get even laggier with these mountains, I don't know, but I sure as hell do not want to actually take down any of these farms and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm trying to kind of cut back on lag for now. we go. We got some. There we go. Take what we can. We got some of that warp fungus and we can. Okay, well I was gonna save there, but turned out that was still lava, so that's a little bit unlucky. 31 and 10 are good. Okay. We're out of here, I guess. Still got good electro durability. We're flying into a dead end here. And we're flying back the way we came, I guess. Oh, positive Z. Let's start heading back towards the main nether fortress where I actually left from. Seems like these are still relatively new chunks because the lava is still falling down. That's always good to see. Same with this one. It's got good durability already. Oh shit. Okay, immediately sketchy. Ooh, okay. There we go. That was a little bit too close, but yep. Oh, we're still good. Should be back in the main Soul Sand Valley that I use. That's good. Where's that guy sitting try shooting at me? Whoa, okay. Pull it a little bit. There's our nether fortress that we use for our spawning, so let's dip down here a little bit and go take some of this. Yeah, good enough. See if we get anything here. We got 2 skulls from that sweep. That's actually pretty lucky. Oh, we're officially at 6 again. That's cool. Always nice to see. We got some stone swords that need to be burned. Alright, we'll go ahead and take these skulls here. We got another 6, so we can use the Wither Rose farm quite a good bit more if we need to. Since it is obviously powered by like a wither, but that's probably gonna honestly do it for me today. I don't really have a whole lot more than I'm planning on doing for now. You know, next stream we'll probably like go keep working on the mountain range and all that. I have quite a bit of homework that I need to do between today and tomorrow, so I might be back later tonight, but I'm trying to actually plan on using that correctly to do what I'm supposed to do homework-wise. I have a whole essay that I need to write. It's just like 1,200 words, so it's actually pretty small, but and they're allowed to revise it too, so I just need to make sure I at least hand something in that's like of decent enough quality, and then just, you know, edit it based on his feedback and all that, and then get my better grade later on. It's nothing to worry about for quite right now, but I still do need to actually like take it seriously and make sure I get some shit done. But yeah, we're doing pretty well, you know. I mean, the main like half of the mountain range that I wanted in place is in place, and we know our actual endpoints now, which are these ones here. And we are actually going to be able to connect these parts up here pretty soon. It's going to be a little weird to do, because this is definitely going to be like a pretty like steep like turn if we wanted to do something. So it'd be like fairly flat there, but I think it is doable. It might look a little awkward, but our terraform is going to help with these kind of weirder bends as well. Or like you can see kind of how like weird and like kind of vaguely sharp it is. Here it's a lot better, but there specifically it is bad, and it's going to be bad here to account for that one. And then this one here should be pretty good, but really that one there is going to be pretty bad. But alright, we're going to go ahead and call it there for today because it has been an hour and a half, and I do have stuff I need to do. But we're on day 866, so we are moving on up there. That's cool to see. But yeah, either way, thank you guys again for watching for today.